Hey there, welcome to How to Promote Your Business Locally by Super Bad Ads. My name is Collier Hammonds. I'm the founder and lead consultant. And we're going to be diving into a question that gets asked quite a bit, especially by small business owners and startups, which is how do you promote your business locally? This is something that is supposed to help educate and train people on ideas and ways that they can get involved in their local community via local marketing tactics that don't cost a ton of money. Some of the things here will cost a bit of money, but I'm going to really try to focus on ideas and things that will allow you to take them and start using these ideas now without just dropping another $10,000. So without further ado, I will dive on in. So the first thing, and you hopefully already know this, but if you didn't, Womply did a study in 2021 that found that businesses engaging in local marketing see a 27% increase in sales. Now, all of us are excited about sales. No one here is not trying to get sales. It could be leads. It could be in the form of other, business metrics or KPIs. But ultimately, at the end of the day, everyone needs to drive revenue. So to tell you a little bit about me and kind of where I am and where my expertise comes from, Super Bad Ads started about 4 years ago. It actually was a side project for me. So I was a side hustler working in my normal job and my 9 to 5, and then doing my 5 to 9, helping out with marketing for old bosses and then other clients. And then in this year, 2024, or end of, I guess not last year, I moved into Super Bad Ads as a full-time project, mostly trying to service and bring what I acknowledged is a talent and skill gap for startups and SMBs, because all of the best marketing people are typically in New York, Chicago, LA, and San Francisco, and Miami to a certain degree as well. That's not to say that there aren't amazing marketing people all over the world. It's just that there's a large concentration of some of the very best talent in those areas, meaning that businesses in Ohio and Idaho are going to have a harder time finding and being connected to the businesses that can really understand them and help them scale when they're not spending $10 million and they're not a Fortune 100. So Super Bad Ads is designed to bring high level, like Fortune 100, Fortune 500 skills, expertise, technology, and solutions to small, medium businesses and startups that are probably like you watching this video. What do we do as well, just to kind of give a broader picture on where do we have expertise? Paid media, SEO, this is going to be a little bit about SEO today. Social media, we'll talk about that as well. Content creation and communications planning. What should you be saying? How should you be saying it? And ultimately, how do you measure all of this? You truly understand where your results are coming from, how they happened, all of that information. That is kind of our sort of differentiation and who Super Bad Ads is, what we do, and a little bit about me and how I started this company. So I have to keep moving myself around, but don't mind me in the corner. So basically, if you're watching this, like I said, you're part of the backbone of the economy. If you're not a local business owner, maybe you're an aspiring one, maybe you're thinking about this as something you want to do in the future. But generally, if you are, you're creating jobs already, you're generating tax revenue, you're supporting other local businesses. I always like to say and point out that when you spend local 45 stays in the local economy compared to 13 that goes to a national chain, that data is out there. Please feel free to go and look it up just to see. But spending with your neighbors is a lot better for everyone in your town than it is to spend at Walmart. And despite their importance, though, and the truth that, spending with your neighbors better, they have a lot of problems. Small businesses have to compete with big box stores. They have to compete with Amazon. They have to compete with these huge, giant companies with tons of resources and funding. And that's difficult for any business, especially a small business. So how do you promote yourself locally? The good news is people actually do prefer local business. Generally, it's just that you have to make sure you're getting in front of them, right? That's where that local marketing comes from. So a recent survey from BrightLocal showed that 76% of consumers would rather support a local business, and then 67% are more likely to choose a business with a physical location. So if you don't have a physical location, that's not necessarily a deal breaker, but having one does give you an advantage, give you some context. We're even thinking about going moving into a office location starting in the next month or two, simply because there is a lot of research that shows that having a space adds a lot of credibility and just kind of, I would say, surface level trust in your organization, even if you have tons of case studies and things that prove why you're doing great. The 5 ways that we're actually going to recommend you get local when you promote your business. First and foremost is local search. That's Google Business Profile, Yelp, Nextdoor. There's a lot more to this. The second is kind of obvious, but a little bit harder than you might think, being active in your community and local government opportunities. 3, you have to be seeking out and participating in networking events. 4, posting on socials, getting active on local groups. And then 5, building relationships and partnerships with other local businesses. So the first one, local search. So there's a lot of information on the side here. I'm not going to read it verbatim. Instead, I'm going to tell you the most important parts about this, and then you can pause this video and come back to this section if you want to read this in depth. But there are a lot of local business listings out there. We're only showing you or naming a few here. Bing, you should have stuff. Yahoo, you need to have on MapQuest, you need to have on, there's so many. I mean, truly, there's a large list of directories that need to be taken care of and your business needs to be located on them because they all add up. If you get one search a month on MapQuest, that's 12 people per year. You have to have access and claim all of these. This is pretty easy. If you just go to your business on Google Business Profile on Yelp, you should be able to claim it as long as someone else hasn't tried to already. Typically, that's not an issue, but Yelp or Google can help you reclaim if that has happened. But getting these there, getting them all filled out, and I mean the entire profile, top to bottom, needs to be filled out, is super important. Make sure you're responding to reviews and asking for reviews. Local listings with more reviews get ranked higher and receive more search results. So the final thing here is just actually using local keywords on your website. So we're located in Austin. We're an Austin digital marketing consultancy. We have keywords on our website that are all about Austin and digital marketing consultancy in Austin, in Texas, in Oklahoma. We do service clients all over the country, but we're trying to make sure we have a local search presence that helps us show up higher than big marketing agencies elsewhere. Being active in your community via local government. So going to local government meetings is really probably sounds boring, and it probably is boring. But the truth is, going there and listening to people's problems, hearing who's speaking, you yourself introducing you, talking about what you see in the community and what you would like to have there, having a voice and a presence in a public forum like that will give you publicity in a way that's like, hey, if you say something that people agree with, great. Now, if you get up there and you're controversial, that's also going to work against you. But you can also join the Chamber of Commerce, which is not as controversial. It's something where you can network with other leaders, people who care about the economy, your local town and local community, and actually get their advice, their opinions, and also see how you can work with them. Sponsoring local events, like there's a light show in Austin. We used to have that in my hometown as well. There's a fair or a cultural event where you can have a booth or you can sponsor a giveaway or something like that. These are also really easy. Charity events, think about, again, how can you offer your services in a blind donation? People can give to receive that. Participating in local business organizations, this is one that is a little bit different than the commerce or government. There might be community built groups that already exist that you could join. If not, it could be a great idea to start your own. But again, just getting involved and finding places where people in your community are hanging out and active and being there and talking to people is important. Sorry, introverts. That's me. I'm an introvert. I hate doing it, but you got to do it. So this is, speaking of being an introvert and hating going out and doing stuff, this is the 2 ways to participate in networking both locally and nationally. So we already talked about the Chamber of Commerce, but attending events at co-working spaces or shared offices, this is things like WeWorks. There's like an incubator or any kind of startup places that you can go that have mentorships or speakers that come in. Utilize the online business directories. There's usually one of these, again, connected to your government websites or the newspapers. ask for referrals. Once you've started this network, you've started actually like getting into this, start looking and using that community that you've built. And then also start being active and connecting your local business on social media. This is an easy way to network with groups you haven't been able to speak to yet. Posting and doing like, man, hoping Torchy's notices me, if that's a big taco chain in Austin, is a great way to think about, again, trying to get noticed. I think for the national side here, this is more about helping, again, build credibility within your local community. Being able to say that you are attending and part of the national organizations and groups that are helping lead the industry forward that you're part of is going to help show that you are an authority on the subject, and that if your business is new, you are getting trained on and having access to some of the top information that other people or competitors might not be able to compete with. Posting on social. So this is an obvious one, but it's really hard. And I think as a business owner, it takes me a lot of time and effort to post on social, think about what I should be saying, how I should be interacting and engaging. And all of that really is hard when you're trying to run a business and do your job too. Main things I would say about this is just be consistent, make sure you're posting weekly, make sure you're trying to differentiate by the platforms you're going on, make sure you're creating stuff that's actually relevant for the community. Don't post about national events if you're a local organization unless those national events have to do with your local organization. Keep your conversations and ideas and discussions focused on what's happening around you. People will want to be connected to you because you're focused on the local side of their life and you add value to their life through local contributions. Finding these Facebook groups and subreddits is actually a huge hack in terms of getting to speak with people, being able to talk and kind of share your opinion without having some of the pressure of going out in these public forums like these other ideas. Also, a lot of people are really active in asking for recommendations and feedback. Hey, I live in, like, there's an Austin subreddit where people talk about ideas, things they like, things they don't like. Where could they find this? Does anyone have recommendations on this? Did you have an experience here? This happens in these local groups in a way that being part of, again, and just active, people will recognize you as the owner, as a member of your community, and they might be willing to service you or come buy your product just because they see you active on their world. This is the last one, and I would say, generally speaking here, because I'm trying to keep this under a 15-minute video, building relationships is just about finding other businesses that have shared audience and shared benefits. So you're doing something different than they are, but you have a synergy together. If you're selling soap and they are a spa, retail location, maybe they can use your soap. Maybe they can offer your soap as a way to do that. If you are a local, shop or a coffee shop, can you offer to carry some of the clothes from the boutique down the store to help them and also like help you get some more business in because you're carrying some of their clothes? So think about stuff like that. Marketing is kind of what that's called. Package deals, referral programs for your other friends. Like, hey, if you send me 3 people and they tell me your name, I'll give you, this discount, or I'll help that back. But all of those things are just about kind of giving back and finding ways to help each other, because nobody wants a transactional relationship where you're just like, give me this, here's what I want. Some people do want that actually, but for the most part, people want partners. They want people who are friends and neighbors and parts of their community. And when you approach the relationship as a friend and as a collaborator, people are going to be much more receptive to trying something out with you, especially when you can both win and you can both benefit from the idea. So that's really it. Summarize, set up your local search, get active in your government and business organizations, seek out and participate in networking events, post on your social, find the community groups, and partner and build relationships with mutually beneficial organizations and individuals. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is Collier Hammonds, founder and lead consultant at Super Bad Ads. This is our website here if you want to come check us out. Also, if you want to just email me and ask questions about this or promoting your business, I'll be happy to set up a free 30-minute consultation where we can just, talk about your problems and what you are trying to solve. But thanks again. Appreciate your help. And good luck in promoting your local business.